Let's now begin. Book 1. Her advice to Telemachus. He is to confront the Ithacan elders with the problem of the suitors, and to leave Ithaca to search for news of his father. He led the way. Athena followed him. Once they were in the high-roofed hall, he placed her lance against a column at his base. A polished rack with slots for spears was set. Within that rack there stood still other shafts, the many spears that brave Odysseus left. He led the stranger to a tall chair, wrought with care. Across its frame he spread rich cloth. There he invited her to sit and rest, her feet upon a stool, and he himself sat nearby on another well-carved chair, set far off from the suitors, lest his guest, in all that brouhaha, might look askance at feasting with such overbearing men, and too, because he wanted so to gather what news he could about his distant father, that they might wash their hands. A servant poured fresh water from a lovely golden jug into a silver basin at her side. She placed a polished table. The old housewife was generous. She drew in lavish stores. To each of them she offered much and more. The carver offered meats of every sort, and for their wine he set out golden cups, and these, again, a page filled up. But then the suitors swaggered in. They sat in order on low seats and high-backed chairs. The pages poured fresh water for their hands, and servants brought them baskets heaped with bread. The suitors' hands reached out. The feast was theirs. When they had had their fill of food and drink, the feasters felt the need for chant and dance. At banquets, these are pleasing ornaments, as they were now consigned a handsome harp into the hands of Phemius, who was forced from time to time to entertain those lords. He struck the strings, and music graced his words. Then, as Telemachus turned towards his guest, lest he be overheard, he held his head close to the great-eyed goddess, and he said, "Dear guest, will you be vexed at what I say? This harping and this chant delight these men, for these goods come easily to them. They feed, but never need to recompense. They feast at the expense of one whose white bones usually either rot beneath the rain and buried and abundant on the land, or else are preyed upon by churning waves. Yet, where Odysseus returned, were they to see him again, they would not pray for gold or richer clothes, just faster feet. But he has died now, died wretchedly, and nothing can console us now, not even if some man on this earth should say my father will yet return. The day of his homecoming is lost. It is the day we'll never see. But tell me one thing, tell me honestly, who are you? Of what father you are born? Where is your city? Where is your family? On what ship did you sail? And why did that crew bring you to Ithaca? And who were they? For surely you did not come here on foot. And also tell me truthfully, is this the first time you have come to Ithaca, or have you been my father's guest before? For many other foreigners have come to visit us. Like you, my father knew the ways of many men and many lands. Athena, great-eyed goddess, answered him, my words to you are true. I am Mentas, son of wise Anchialus. The Delphians, tenacious oarsmen, are the men I rule. Now I have landed here with a ship and crew. We crossed the wine-dark sea towards Thames. All is in search for of copper. What we stow is gleaming iron, which we set to barter outside the city, moored in Rhythorn's harbor, close to the fields, beneath the Mount Neaion's forest. My ship is waiting. Years ago, your father and mine were guests and friends. Just ask the brave Leartus, though they say he shuns the city. It seems that now he much prefers to grieve far off alone, except for one old servant. She, when his body aches from the hard climb, he makes from slope to tend his vines, still carries food and drink right to his side. Now I have come, for I have heard indeed that he, your father, had returned. Surely it is the gods now obstruct his journey, for bright Odysseus had died upon this earth. He is alive somewhere, delayed upon an island, set among vast waves, held by harsh savages against his will. I am no augur or interpreter of flight of birds, but now I shall foretell, even as the immortals prompt my soul. Events my mind can see, your father will not be kept back from his dear land much longer, though they may bind him fast in iron chains. He is the man of many wiles, who can contrive the way to reach his home again. But you, do tell me now with honesty, are you so tall, indeed, Odysseus' son? Your head and handsome eyes resemble his, extraordinarily. We two had met quite often, in the days before I left for Troy, where others do. The Argives best sailed in their hollow ships. But since then, I have not seen him, and he has not seen me. Telemachus' reply was keen and wise. My dear friend, I cannot be more frank than this. My mother says I am his son, but none can know for sure the seed from which he sprung. In any case, would I had been the son, one so blessed that he grew old among his own belongings. I, instead, am born, or so they say, if one who surely was most forsaken man, the most forlorn. Now you have had and heard my full response. Athena, great-eyed goddess, answered him, despite misfortune now, your family can count on future fame. Penelope is the mother of a son who is most worthy. But tell me the truth, what sort of feast is this? A banquet or a wedding party? This surely is no meal where each has brought his share. Why did this crowd seek out to your house? This guzzler seems to me no better than a pack of swaggerers. Too rude or too coarse. Seeing their shameful doings, any man of sense would feel both anger and contempt. Telemachus' answer was wise, precise. Dear guest, to all you ask, I now reply. I tell you that as long as he, my father, was in his native land, his house was rich and great, but then the gods willed otherwise. They made my father vanish, they devised this oblivion for him, much deeper than oblivion known by any other man. And though he's dead, my grief would be less deep if he had fallen in the land of Troy, among his fellow warriors, or else, once he had wound up all the threads of war, had died at home among his very own. Then all of the Achaeans would have built a tomb for him, and too he would have won much glory for his son in days to come. Instead, the spirit winds, the stormy harpies, snatched him away ingloriously. He was banished into obscurity, and I am left with grief and misery. I sigh not only over him, the gods had given me more calamities, all lords with power in these isles, who rule Dulichium and Samos and Zacynthus, the wooded isle, and those who now presume to rule in rocky Ithaca, continue to woo my mother and consume my goods, shall not retract the hateful wedding, or accept it. Meanwhile, in all their gluttony, lays waste my house, they will soon ruin me. And that is the end of the third part of our story. I hope you all enjoyed, and see you again soon.